At the end of these tests, the doctor gave me some advice on ways to improve my eyesight.
So that's why you noticed when we took away this and you just covered the eye.
Hi, welcome back to Eyes on Carnivore. My name is Sean, and today I've got great test results to share with you guys. Yes, I went for more tests, you wouldn't believe it. More tests in Sydney at the Safe Sight Institute attached to the Sydney Eye Hospital in Macquarie Street in Sydney. And we'll probably put some pictures up about that right now. Here's me out the front of Macquarie Street. And what we did in Macquarie Street was a battery of tests. There was a whole heap of them, including the old favourites, OCT, Optos, the visual acuity tests, which I nailed, absolutely nailed today, on Monday actually it was. So that was Monday, May the 26th, 2025. The reason I went there though, that was for the ERG test, the electrophysiology test. Now that was something that I've been requested to do by Dr. James Mukey, who's following up my case to be written up as a case study to be published into the medical literature. And I'm quite proud of myself for being able to do all this work, documenting my journey and following up these tests. And some of them are not that great, if you like. Yeah, they're a bit harrowing for me. Flashing lights, things in your eye, you've been poked and prodded, if you like. And but it all went really well. So let's take a look at what we did on Monday. So we arrived at Sydney Hospital at 11:30. My appointment didn't start until 12:30. So Jimmy and I killed some time at a local cafe. Going into the appointment, I felt excited and confident as I was having a good eyesight day. After being introduced to the doctor, I began telling her my story and thoughts on my visual improvements. She was very open-minded and had an interest in my carnivore diet. Here's a small clip of us talking. If things are stabilising, you'd be able to see better, that'd be stable, that'd be it. What's happening with me, it's actually getting better and in step with the tests that I've been doing as well. So yeah, my feeling is beta-hydroxybutyrate acting as a powerful signalling molecule for gene expression via histone deacetylase. After this, we began some visual acuity tests with the standard eye chart, some books to read the text at different point sizes, and also some Ishihara colour tests. I was very happy with the result as I was able to read out aloud the N8 size, and that's really small. I was also able to read from the second line with my left eye, which I'd never done before. Here's a quick clip. But friends of the children take...
I'm going to make that smaller.
Okay.
You can start from the bottom if you like, and then work your way up.
Can I have a bit more light?
Yes.
Oh, I see that now. So I've got the constant flashing, so I can definitely see. So, by their tonight torch light, they could see watches, cameras, jewelry, and some policemen opened some of the boxes to examine the contents. I think I may have skipped a little bit. In the tunnel that led to the holiday camp, they came across a pile of, what's the next word? Boxes. The policeman open some of the boxes to examine the contents. Okay, go.
Where are you seeing that? Fantastic, yeah, good. Okay, so it appears to you down here, does it? Because it's actually up here.
Okay.
Well, you're reading the intent print,
Yeah,
which is pretty good.
Okay.
Anything on the one above?
Up here.
Yeah, they get smaller.
N8.
And underneath?
Okay. It was a long time before the small boat appeared again.
Fantastic. Any on the one above the N6?
Okay. At that they watch, it's really small, reduced.
Okay. So you're reading the N8? The N6 is a bit more of a struggle.
So for the few something.
Okay. Fantastic.
It's pretty. Isn't that next level awesome? I got an N8 through my scratched lenses on my old glasses. At the end of these tests, the doctor gave me some advice on ways to improve my eyesight through peripheral vision training, which I'm going to look into more.
So that's why you noticed when we took away this and you just covered the eye, this opened up more of the periphery, which is the part of your eye that you're seeing a little bit more and is helping you to actually make out. That's why I said to you, so move the eye around a little bit. So what you can do at home, you can sort of do a little bit of peripheral vision training, if you like.
I'm trying to look in the up.
That's right. So if there's an item that's sort of straight ahead that you can't see, what you're trying to do is cover one eye and move the other eye around slowly at times until you get to a spot where you might notice things flash in and out quite quickly. With time, because the brain's not used to processing this information, with time though, you're creating neural connections.
Right.
And
I like that.
slow.
Moving forward, I then sat through the OCT testing. Here's some footage of that.
Just going to bring this closer. You might see a little blue light in the center there.
I'm looking at it right now.
Fabulous. Great. Have a few blinks again.
And remember to breathe.
Absolutely. This time the blue light's a little over to the left. If you look towards the left a little, beautiful, perfect. That's right. Just bringing that close up. Good. Okay, where you're looking is pretty good. Keeping that there nice and steady. Doing really well there. Have a couple of blinks. And again, just looking straight as you're doing. That's really good. Where you're looking is pretty good. Just keep focused in the center. Blink whenever you need to. And of course, breathe through it all.
So OCT stands for optical coherence tomography, which basically takes photos of the different cell layers in the eyes. This process took about 10 minutes and was probably the least invasive of all the tests. This is one of many OCT tests I've done over the last few years, so I'm quite used to it at this point. The next test was the Optos machine. Here's some video of that encounter.
Head there. Bright flash coming. Fabulous. Have a blink. Okay, so I'm getting you to look up a tiny fraction, just a tiny bit. Good. Keep it there for me. Go down a little. Both eyes open. Good. I have a couple of links. Good.
So the Optos is an ultra-wide field retinal imaging device. As you can see in the video clip, the doctor had to guide my head against the machine because of how big my nose is, ha ha. After my screening was successful, I was moved into a new room for my 2 final tests. The initial ERG required me to sit in front of a monitor that displayed checkers across the screen while I concentrated on the middle red dot. I had to do this for about 20 minutes with electrodes attached to my face. An electroretinogram, ERG eye test, measures the electrical activity of the retina in response to light stimuli, helping to diagnose various retinal disorders. It assesses the function of photoreceptor cells, rods and cones, and other retinal cells, providing information about the health of the retina and optic nerve. This ERG test was nothing compared to my final one. We weren't allowed to have phones in the same room while the test was being done. Here's a photo from afterwards. I may look a bit defeated. Basically, after having 2 sets of eye drops that really stung my eyes, I had to sit and stare into this machine which emitted bright green and orange flashes of light through a globe. This operation took a full hour. By the end of it, I felt very overwhelmed by the flashing and mentally drained. The whole hospital visit took around 3 hours. I was so happy to have such a good and personable doctor to guide me through everything. So, as promised, here are the reports. I really am scratching my head a little bit about this. If you know anything about these medical reports, the ERG test, drop me a comment, tell me what you think about them. I'm not too sure, I'm not an expert. I'm just a lucky fellow that's fell ass backwards into the carnivore diet and sharing my story with you, sharing my story with other people that might get benefit. Yeah, why not? Guys, if you like this content, please hit the like button. Consider subscribing, hit the notification bell, make it ring a ding ding, and I'll catch you in the next one.